I think it's going. Yo, what's up, guys? How are you? How is it going? I'm doing my second first listen of the BTS Wings album, and that's obviously blood, sweat, and tears. So it's not, I guess it's not a technical first listen. The whole point of these is to go into it a little deeper with you guys, just kind of delve deeper, sort of an analysis of sorts, and try to dissect the lyrics, maybe talk about the song itself and how it sounds a little more than I did in the reaction itself. And I'm still trying to figure out the whole format of these, and so I wanted to do them with you guys first. So that's why I'm doing these live. I'm hoping to get you guys involved and maybe talk about some of the lyrics with you guys, and maybe you guys could help me to understand some more stuff that I don't know, because you know so much more than I do collectively. Karen says, "No, Josh, how are you?" I'm doing okay. I'm a little freaked out because I've never done these types of live stream reactions before with first listens. I've never done a first listen. Well, I did do one first listen, but that was with Akbar, so that doesn't count. You know, I can always just bounce ideas off of his beautiful face, and I can't do that this time. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just get inside of this, awkward wording here, get into this music video slash lyric video, I guess. I'm getting all of these lyric videos from BBTS 9717. So I don't know, I looked at a couple different channels that have a lot of the lyric videos, and I like these. I like what they were doing with these, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go into this one. But yeah, wow, there's so many people watching this right now. What's up? How's it going? All right, you can't get into live stream mode. You just got to go into the song. Good one, other Josh. I'm gonna listen to you. Yo, what if I had like 7 parts of myself? Oh, you're ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this guy. Oh wow, a whole bunch more people joined. So just in case you didn't catch the beginning, I'm going to do a first listen to BTS Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Even though I've already heard it and seen it, I'm gonna go into the lyrics a little more, and then we're gonna go into the rest of the album, which I have not heard, and I'm gonna be able to go in through that with the first time with you guys. So here we go. Boom. Just in case you're wondering what in the world I'm looking at, this is it. This is what I'm looking at. Take it all, go. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. So good. In my reaction, I said this sounded Romanian to me because there's another Romanian song that it reminded me of. I gotta get the name for you guys. You know that it already is yours. This is a request to punish me. A request to punish me. Wow. Even if it hurts. Wow. If I'm drunk. Even if I'm drunk, just like the last song. My blood, sweat, and tears. How great would it be just to learn this song? I can't sing, but these are the songs that make me wish I really could. Alright. I don't know why I'm stopping myself from dancing. I feel like I gotta be more analytical in these types of first listen videos. But I think it's okay to dance every once in a while. It's no big deal. We can dance together. Are you dancing with me? It's okay if you're not. I don't blame you. I'm pretty terrible. Even if it hurts, bind me up so I can't run away. A secret between us too. The Holy Grail filled with passion. What? I did not catch that the first time. Oh, that's so meaningful. I'm doing the MRJ head bob. Do you ever notice this is how, like, Mr. J.K. Pop will bob his head. I love it. Please kill me softly. Cover my eyes with your hand. I can't refuse anyway. I can't run away. So he's not even gonna try. Take it away, Jin. Sorry if that was really loud. That was right in the mic. I had to. I don't make the rules. I need you guys to accept this about me. Jin was singing. That was so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there were so many lyrics that I was able to actually focus on. See, I'm figuring out right now that I love doing first listens because I love music videos. That will always make it for me because of how insanely visual I am. But I love just being able to remove that for a second so you can focus not just on the song, but the lyrics. BTS is all about the lyrics. I love it. I love it. Lemon flavor fit for perfume. I want to be able to snap like you. Well, I'll make a separate video on teaching you guys how to snap if you want that. But wow, that was good. I have the lyrics here right now, and I was gonna go through them with you guys and just kind of like tell you guys what I thought what they meant and what I thought about them, and ask your opinion on these. So I'll ask you guys questions as I go through them, but if you think of something, feel free to just shoot out like a message, and I'm reading a lot of these. It's tough to read them all, obviously, but I'll try to do a lot. LOL, red face equals he likes it. That's 50 Shades of Accurate. I can feel myself getting a little flushed, which is okay. It's not even the embarrassed type of flush. It's just like emotions and feels, which is something that I think a lot of us can relate to. But yeah, let's see here. Wow. Blood, sweat, and tears. I feel like, do you guys ever feel like there's a dual meaning to a lot of these songs? Like I feel like they'll have an initial meaning, right? They'll have like what the music video is saying, and then they might have a different meaning behind the lyrics. They might be like two different meanings. They work well together, but they could be two different things. I've seen that before, and I've never gotten a firm answer on whether or not that's intentional by a company or by a group, but that's something that I've always had in the back of my mind, and I think that's what they did here. I feel like it sounded almost like an abusive relationship, or a relationship where there's a lot of just fire in it, but it might not be a healthy relationship. Because we can all relate to songs about relationships. Songs about relationships are popular. They rank high in Billboard. So, it's a typical thing to do. But if you're able to do a song that kind of like on the surface sounds like it's about a relationship, and then if you dig deeper, it's about something so much more, that is like subtext to a fourth dimension, which I've only really seen BTS completely pull off so far. I haven't done a whole lot of super huge analysis into the lyrics like I'm doing right now with these first listens, but I wanted to start with BTS. My blood, sweat, and tears, my last dance, take it all. I don't know what he means by last dance, honestly. Like, I thought that might meant by the last dance, it could be like a last performance, or something a little less literal. It could mean the last part of me being innocent, the last part of me being okay with myself. Like, I'm about to give into this temptation, and after I do that, I'm gonna crack and fade away, and what's left is something that I don't know, some unknown. So that's definitely something that I think is more likely the deeper meaning behind it. When people hear it, they automatically think it's a relationship song. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it a biblical allusion? There's a lot of biblical references in this. It's not necessarily a purely biblical message, but I think that it has a lot of biblical undertones. Julia's here. Oh, what's up, Julia? Julia Binder, my little sister's here. How's it going? This isn't a live stream, Julia. This is just a first listen. Anyway. from the lyrics Josh read off, it reminded me of Vic's Fantasy album, sort of a shadow mixed with Voodoo Doll. I agree. That's a good comparison to make. I think that's really interesting, especially at the end. You know, after the song ended, and then you had like Suga playing the piano and whatnot, and the curtain was lifting. Tell me that did not sound like Guyton's Paradise Lost. I mean, I got so many feels from that, and that's exactly what Paradise Lost was about, was temptation, seduction, Eve tempting Adam with the apple, just man being tempted in general. Just really, really interested. And if we read the book Demian and we look into it, which I didn't, I only read the Spark Notes, but you can figure out a lot from that. It's very, very heavily influenced by biblical themes. But, you know, good versus evil, maturing into adulthood, struggling with temptations, those are all things that are pretty much in every book of the Bible, and probably most holy books out there, so it kind of just makes sense. And I know a lot of K-pop idols are Christian. You know, there are some that are Buddhist and some that just don't identify with a religion, but I've noticed a trend that a lot, like the majority of these idols that identify with a religion, they say that their faith is a Christianity. So it would make sense, wouldn't it, that there's going to be a lot of biblical undertones within it. Whether the company's writing it or whether they're writing it, it would kind of just make sense that it's going to come through that theme. But yeah, there's definitely something interesting. Didn't Jesus do something with blood, sweat, and tears? Yeah, he absolutely did. Boy, it's kind of crazy you would say that, because right before Jesus was crucified, he knew he was going to be crucified. That was the whole point of him coming down and being born as a man, was to eventually be crucified for our sins. And so right before he did that, a lot of people don't necessarily know this, but right before Jesus was crucified, he went into the Garden of Gethsemane. And he kind of left his disciples alone. He went off by himself, and he talked to his Father. He talked to God. Like, literally, I'll just wonder what that conversation was like. Oh, it's just Jesus talking to the Lord who created everything. Anyway, I back up for a second. So he's talking to God, and the one thing he asks is, please allow another way for this whole thing to go down. Like, I don't want to get crucified. Try to make something else happen. And he's praying so hard and so intensely, he starts sweating drops of blood. He's crying and he's sweating drops of blood. That's how intensely he's praying. So there's literal blood, sweat, and tears. He's concentrating so hard, blood comes out of his actual sweat glands, which is insane to think about. But that's insane. It's just the allegory and the symbolism, and it's just really, really crazy to think about that. So I'm going to go on here and read the rest of this. Then the Ratman, we got peaches and cream, sweeter than sweet, chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings. But your wings are the devil's. Before your sweetness there is bitter, bitter. It's interesting. Basically saying, you know, if you're able to actually give into temptation, there's bitterness that's going to follow that. It's not just going to be all sweet. Even though it seems like that on the surface, right? Definitely seems like that. I don't know. I didn't actually notice. I read in the comments of my Blood, Sweat, and Tears reaction that he was drinking absinthe and that he was actually burning the sugar on top of the absinthe. That makes sense. I know that there's a lot of stuff that absinthe has about it that would make sense for this music video. Absinthe, if you guys don't know what that is a type of alcohol. It's a certain liqueur of alcohol with different types of flavors in it. And I've actually never had it. It used to be illegal in the United States, which is why it became something that everyone was kind of buzzing about for a while. It became this, almost like this forbidden fruit of like, oh, I want to try absinthe because it's illegal. It's almost like I want to try a Cuban cigar because Cuban cigars are illegal. It doesn't mean there's anything special about Cuban cigars. It just means that they're illegal here, so we want to try it. And that's kind of what this is about, the forbidden fruit and then being tempted by the forbidden fruit and doing it anyway. Now, one thing that made absinthe illegal was that there was wormwood in it. Now, wormwood is a type of herb that is rumored, urban legend has it, gives you hallucinations. It's a hallucinogen, supposedly. Now, since, 100 years ago when it was outlawed in America, we figured out that there's nothing actually inherently hallucinogenic about absinthe. So now it's legal here. So you could go down to the liquor store, the wine and spirits, or wherever, and you could actually pick up a bottle here in the US because it's recently just become legal. And I know this because I remember back in college when I made a beer run, I saw it on the shelf for the first time and I was like, oh, and I wanted to get it just to try it because I've never tried it before. And it was illegal for the longest time, but you know, it was like $80 and I was like, screw that, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, so it would make sense though, because hallucinations cause a fiction reality. It causes a perceived reality that does not match with what's actually going on, which is what's happening here. We saw so much of that throughout the entire Wings series. We saw so much of that with the short films. We're always trying to wonder, what are we seeing and is it reality? Does it line up with what's actually going on? And most of the time, we weren't seeing reality. We were seeing actual symbolism and meaning. And I feel like when we saw Jin in Awake, that was kind of the first time that we saw any type of what was actually happening in reality. And not just an inner struggle or a side of himself or something like that. Anyway. Oh, Chase Diamond's here. What's up, man? What's up, Keaton? How's it going? Let's see here. I'm going to go to the next lyric, I guess, J-Hope's part. Kiss me, it doesn't matter if it hurts, make it tighter so that it can't even hurt anymore. Baby, it's okay to get drunk. Now I drink you. Deep into my throat, the whiskey that is you. Well, dang. You could have an entire live stream just about that one paragraph, could you not? I mean, I think that's an interesting part to be J-Hope's, because if you just watched the last live stream where I went through the intro, Boy Meets Evil, J-Hope was talking about, you know, the whole getting drunk thing, and that being part of the temptation. And that's something social, you know, that's a social stigma behind it. I'm saying stigma, I can't even focus on my own words right now. You know, you don't get drunk because it's frowned upon, you know, so drinking too much. I know that there are a lot of cultures, they don't drink any alcohol. A lot of my Indian friends don't drink any alcohol because it's against their religion. It's not against Christianity, but it's against their religion. So it's different per religion. And it's definitely something that would line up with the symbolism here. And it's, I mean, with this thing with the kiss me, it doesn't matter if it hurts, make it tighter, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't that kind of like semi-remind you of Vic's Chained Up a little bit? I don't know, like I kind of like got a flashback and I was thinking it's kind of the same like getting bound type of, it could be talking about something kinky in a relationship or could be talking about something more metaphorical. Definitely different things that it could be referring to, but with this, I think it's still going upon the same vein of temptation, right? That's what I think it's doing. And it's saying, at this point, it wasn't just J-Hope worrying about the temptation. Now it seems like he's decided, listen, I can't take this anymore. It's too sweet. It's way too sweet. I'm not going to say no because I know I can't say no. I don't have the strength to say no. So he's already pre-made that decision, which is why he's going into this with such a forceful, kiss me. It doesn't matter if it hurts, make it tighter. He's saying just go all out. If you're gonna do it, he's got this may as well-ism mentality. Like if I'm gonna do it, I may as well go ham. I may as well go hard. I may as well go 110% because if I'm gonna do this, I wanna make sure that I get the most out of it. So that's certainly my opinion on it. Now it could be different depending on what they actually intended. I remember reading one tweet that you guys sent me this morning to an article with it might have been an interview of sorts, but basically the BTS members were explaining what the album was all about, and it was about, for the most part, temptation and dealing with that. But yeah. They're saying, you're exhausted, move to the next song. I am pretty tired, but I'm not done. I need to go through the rest of this. But yeah. Kiss me on the lips, this is a secret between the two of us. I am addicted to prison, that is you. Wow. I cannot worship anyone else besides you. That's so interesting. I mean, that's a biblical verse. A man cannot have two masters. Oh, man. You're going to either worship one or the other. The devil or God? My blood, sweat, and tears, my last dance, take it all. What did you guys think of this song? Like, did you feel like it was just about temptation? Did you feel like it was something more than that, or something completely different? Did you feel like it was, I don't know, not exactly the obvious? Because there's going to be things that I missed. I see how it's broken up here with each lyric and like who says what. And I think that is important, and that was by design. Definitely J-Hope's part for sure. Suga Honey says, it's about Kinky Town, Kinky Yunmin. Well, that's one theory. I think that you might be right about that, actually. Stang says, I have an essay to write, but I'm here just watching your live stream, LOL. Well, I don't blame you. I hate essays. In fact, I wait until the very last minute to do them, and that's how I've done every essay since high school to college, and now I don't gotta worry about that anymore. Thank goodness. Let's see here. I kind of felt V deceived Jin because he kind of led Jin to the black-winged angel. That's a good point. Now, I know that was like the big like reveal. That was like one of the big surprises, the plot twist. It's like, okay, well, that statue may be representing the internal struggles, the dark side of Jin. Now, boom. Yeah, it's V. It's interesting. Lauren Johnson jammed her big toe. I'm sorry. I hope it feels better. Hey, Cookie says, honestly, if I paid as much attention in class as I did to this, I would get it 100% of the time. Wow. That's accurate. No, for sure. I struggle with that. I mean, how do we pay attention to something we don't even care about? The answer is you can't. You can't unless you like are able to somehow in your mind make it interesting to you. Psych yourself out to like you're actually excited about something that you're not. But then you would be living a lie. And then we'd be stuck all the way back in the Wing short films, and we wouldn't have progressed to now. V is the fallen angel. It is a very popular opinion, for sure. And I think that's what they were trying to do. I think they were trying to portray V as the fallen angel in the end. Now, I don't know if that necessarily means like that he was gay, or he was, that kiss was a gay kiss. I mean, it could have been, it could not have been. I think what was more important was the meaning and the symbolism behind it, that he was deciding to fall for the temptation. And the kiss between him and that angel, it was more so meaning that he is accepting that side of him, and he's embracing it, and he's deciding not to fight against it anymore. Well, I just got, someone's trying to, Broadband TV wants me to partner with them. That's why they're emailing me. I just actually partnered an hour ago with CJENM, interestingly enough. Gemini says, I think that's what the kiss means. Yeah, I think so too. Rebirth symbolism too. What if Big Hit is low-key trying to tell us Yoonmin is Bangtan's OTP? Could have been that as well. Definitely. I think that Big Hit could use that as an opportunity because they're going to know what the most popular OTPs are. And they're going to know that just from their own research and trying to put things together to get the most rise out of us, the fans. So if they see an opportunity with, okay, we want Jin to embrace his dark side, we want him to embrace it in a way that will be artistic, but will also get the most, out of us. Will get the most reaction out of us. And that was certainly the best way to do it, with that OTP coming back hardcore. How do you connect all this angel stuff with the previous concepts of Jin dying and others? Well, you could definitely say that if Jin died, and he'd be judged one day. He'd be judged by God, and he would be basically, did he live the life he was supposed to be living? Did he live a life for God, or did he live a life for himself? Did he resist temptation, or did he fall for it, right? So he could have been dead this whole time. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it's more likely, just like the book Demian, it's about a boy growing up. And it's using a more artistic take on it because this is art. This is music. And while that whole story of Demian was told in one way, as a story typically is in fiction, the whole point of that fiction was to get one message across. And with these short films and with this album, they're trying to get the same message across, but in a completely different way, with a slightly different story, with slightly different characters. So I think that that's what's going on there. Wow, this has been going on for 25 minutes. I could definitely go on for another 2 hours just on this one song. Hardcore. Like, no, definitely no. Sorry, I'm reading comments. No lie, that would happen. Anyway, so I'll let you guys go. I want to go to the next song. I'll probably do one more. I'm going to do one more, the next one in the album. And then after that, I'm going to go to bed. So I will see you guys in that next reaction / it's actually just a first listen. And this next song will be a first listen, like a legitimate first listen, because I've never heard it before. I've never read the lyrics. So I'm going to try to go through it with you guys for the first time and hear what your guys' thoughts are. And hopefully we'll come to a conclusion we're all happy with. If we're not, we'll just argue it out until 2 a.m. And then I'm going to go in completely tired tomorrow morning to work. And I'm going to have to blame it on 341 people. What? There's so many of you. Oh, call you guys legion, for you are many. It's just a Bible joke. We'll forget it. Okay, we're moving past this. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support with this. Like, this was an idea that I was a little leery about trying out, but wow, you guys really support like hardcore with this, and you tend to really like this. I love the live streams. This is definitely my favorite thing to do because I get to interact with you guys the most. I don't have to just like do it and then read your comments later. I can interact with you real time. So I'm gonna go real quick, and I'm gonna bring up the lyrics for the next one and the music video for the next one. Not music video, the lyric video, and then I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. You got 2 minutes to do a bathroom break or go run and grab some more Cheetos. It's up to you. You know, you gotta pick one though. You can't do both. You're gonna miss something if you do a bathroom break and eat Cheetos. You know, so I'm just warning you off the bat. You know, try to pick one. Pick the important one. Get the Cheetos. See you guys. Peace.